Today, from Raymond James Stadium in Tampa, Florida, it's the NFC Wild Card Round on EA Sports.
Playoff football has come to the west coast of Florida, and we're at Raymond James Stadium here in Tampa. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the New York Giants and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here's Devin Singletary. He played in this state at Florida Atlantic, and that didn't fool anybody. He's going to be dropped in the backfield. That'll go as a loss of 5, and it'll make this a 2nd and long.
Nice play right there to stop him behind the line, but I want to see how this defense continues to play him here in the first half.
Yeah, we know. You know better than I. He has the ability to take over a game, so what do?
Yeah, I think you have to make sure that you bottle him in at varying levels, because if you crowd everyone to the line of scrimmage, if he breaks through, it's nothing but room to run.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. From the gun, it's Carr. And he's going to find his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he'll wind up losing yardage here back at the 21-yard line.
That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively, because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced a dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got it down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
42-yard line.
Off the play fake, he'll look to throw. They'll roll him out right. Oh, he's going to air it. This is caught inside the 15. And he takes it down deep into enemy territory. It's a big play there for the Buccaneers. 42 yards into a mass of bodies, and I think they held him out. They did.
No gain on the play. Leads to 2nd and goal.
On 2nd and goal, they'll give it to him again. And this time he is in. Punching it in from a yard away. This is 3rd and goal. Now this Giants defense, they have withstood the test thus far. They'll try to run this one in. And he'll take it into the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A great play there. Taking it in. And the Bucs have taken the lead. And that one gives the Bucs a 7-0 lead. A drive there of just 4 plays. And it ends with a touchdown for the Bucs. McCann's got it teed up. This will make it into the end zone. And Roberts choosing not to bring this one out.
At their own 25-yard line.
Out comes this offensive unit as they get set to take over here. And you know, listen, there's 2 ways to get the number 7 seed. You can back into it, or you can charge your way into it and seize it. But ultimately, once you're here, you can throw that out the window. You've got to come to play.
Yeah, you just think of that phrase, any given Sunday or Saturday as the case may be. And even though this is a 2 versus 7 matchup, don't think for 1 second that this game's going to be a pushover. Anything can happen once the playoffs begin.
On 2nd down, here's a run with Singletary. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Give him 14 on that one and a 1st down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and put the defense back on its heels.
Carr now on 1st down. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack. Isaiah Simmons coming in hard there on the blitz, and he gets him 7 yards behind the line of scrimmage.
And plays like that really hurt play calling. They had a really nice gain on the previous play, but gave about half the yardage back on the sack. Excellent pressure up front, nowhere to go with the football. Down he goes.
Carr's pass.
A gain of 4 on the play, and it'll be a third and about 13.
And it's third down.
Shotgun now for Carr. Oh, a battle for it here, and this will be caught. And he will have a Giants first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. His second catch of this wild card game, and it goes for a first down. Now a run with Singletary. Tackled by Isaiah Simmons.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
On second down now, Singletary. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
And he'll go down to the ground at the 39, and obviously that's well short of the first.
Gonzalez on for the field goal. A 56.
After one, 7-0 on EA Sports.
First quarter with the score Buccaneers 7, Giants nothing.
And this kick is not going to be close. It's well short, well right to boot. And this score will stay right where it is. As a kicker from that distance, 56, 57 yards, so many things you got to worry about. But I am a little surprised he didn't get it there.
Yeah, with the way kickers are nowadays, we're surprised anything under 65 that it doesn't get at least to the crossbar. But remember this. You have to drive it a little bit lower in order to make that distance, and you also have to be worried about the interior rush that they can get their hands on it. So that's why those stronger kickers nowadays who can pop it up in the air and still travel and carry it, that's who you're looking for.
There's a ball thrown right side and complete. And he's able to get this down deep on the Giants side of the field. 39 yards the distance covered on the catch and run. So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the first down completion.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to...
And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A great effort there with his second touchdown here in this first half. And the Buccaneers here finding a way to stretch their lead. And it's good to make it 14-0. And always a good first half when you can hit pay dirt twice.
And it never hurts to have that good feeling as the game moves on. Just think about halftime. If that's all he gets, he'll just sit there at the half and think, all right, 2 already. I can get some more. I can get some more. And he'll be encouraging his offensive line to create some space.
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Last time out, they had that long 50-plus yard field goal that they missed.
And I'm sure on their sideline, they're thinking to themselves, okay, do we still want to try one if we're in that position again? And I would dare say that the answer would be yes. They're going to have a lot of confidence in their kicker. But just to be on the safe side, I'm sure they told their offensive guys, can we get a little bit closer this time?
Closer.
Yeah, well, you know, I'd rather get in the end zone first and foremost. But if all else fails, less of a field goal attempt for him.
Now a toss left side into the hands of his tight end. And he'll be out of bounds at the 25-yard line.
On the play.
That was an okay hook up there with his tight end, but unfortunately, they didn't get the kind of yards they had hoped for. That's going to bring up 3rd down.
Throwing his car on 3rd down. And he'll get this underneath to Singletary. And this effort will not get it done. He stopped well short of the first down at the 29. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down.
One hallmark of good defenses is understanding the game, understanding positioning, and tackling immediately in the secondary after catches. I think we just saw that on display right there.
Got to him before he ever had a chance to think about turning it upfield. Back now comes Tampa Bay. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now, we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they? But everything is working for them. Every move they make works. It clicks, and they are on point right now.
Yeah, they are in that zone that you're talking about. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
7-yard line.
Now they try the right side here. Looking for a cutback lane, but nothing there as he's met at the line of scrimmage.
Tackle made by Dexter.
No gain on the play that time, and they'll look to convert on what will be a 3rd and 4. And they bring him to the ground just shy of midfield. 3rd and medium, they opted to run instead of pass, and it worked. First down. Obviously an important run to avoid the 3 and out on your own side of the field.
Shows a lot of faith in that offensive unit, doesn't it? That you want to run the ball in that situation. Pick up the first down. Also helps out your defensive guys a little bit, too. Allows them to get at least one more series of downs in order to get some rest.
He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. That's good for 28 yards. So the drive takes him into Giants territory now. 1st and 10 at the 24. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown on what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. And they do get him down, but not before he's able to slip it inside the 5-yard line. They go right back to him for 20 and a first. Here's 1st and goal, and gosh, points here, a chance maybe to put this thing away before halftime. And he's got it. Caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. From 4 yards out as the Buccaneers tack on to their lead. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
25-yard line.
New York set to take the field. And some dangerous territory. You're already down 3 scores. A 3 and out here, or an inability to put any points up. This one might be over by half.
Yeah, and what you also have to guard.
Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. 5 yards on the pickup, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 11. They'll run out of the gun with Singletary, and he's not going to sniff the first down here. He stopped at the 25. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. Here's Michael Pilardi now as he's on to punt for New York. He's been a busy man here in this first half as he gets it away. A 40-yard punt, give him 3 on the return, and there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started. And from this spot in the field with the clock where it's at, you think we're just going to see a knee and that's it?
And I think in this situation, that's the proper play. But we do know there's some risk takers out there that may want to take one more shot before the clock runs out.
Wide open receiver complete. So we come upon him. You want the 3rd quarter already? No problem. Let's do it.
21. Giants.
Gonzalez now to kick this one away.
Gonzalez set to kick off.
This one fielded at the 5. And they'll get him down inside the 30 at the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Out come the Buccaneers. They'll have it first to start in the 3rd quarter. And they have made this look easy. I mean, there's not supposed to be anything easy about the NFL playoffs, but this lead, yes, they're at home, but this has been impressive.
And we hear all the time when upsets happen, teams go on the road, that maybe home field advantage isn't all it's cracked up to be. But you and I both know the reality is teams really fight hard to get it. Why? You don't ever have to change routine. Everything's familiar going into the game. It makes things easier, and that has paid off for them in a big way in this contest.
2nd and 11. He's going to fire one deep, middle of the field. That's caught inside the 20. Touchdown, Tampa Bay. A big play there. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bucs are going to add on to their lead. Well, look, this is a team, Charles. They faced adversity all year long. They had to fight and claw to win that division. But they're putting it all together here in the wild card game.
Feels like a statement, doesn't it? An absolute statement game. A message to the top seeds. Overlook us at your own peril. We're pretty darn good.
The Giants take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Here's the Giants offense now getting set to start the 3rd quarter. These guys had to punt last time. It has not been a very fruitful game offensively thus far. They haven't even made a trip to the red zone.
And I know that everyone's going crazy on that sideline because that drives you berserk to come off the field, not really move the ball well. As you said, not even get to the red zone, let alone, not even put points on the board. They've got to just take a deep breath, relax, try and figure out what is working, and call more of that.
And the Buccaneer defense for the 2nd straight play, flexing its muscle by forcing a loss.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Here's Carr to throw. They'll try and set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll get him down about 3 yards short of the 1st. That's going to bring up 4th down. Only a gain of 2 there.
So many things have to come together just right for a screen pass to break for big yardage. The blocking, the timing of the pass to the runner. Everything has to fit together just right. But on that play, the defense was able to disrupt things and hold it to a short gain.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline. Because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
8 yards the gain on that last run. Here's 2nd and a couple. And they take him down, losing yardage back at the 27. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
We knew both of these safeties were good in run support, but how about the play we just saw there? How about that closing speed? Able to get to the outside part of the field and turn that play into a loss.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. He'll rifle this one deep right, and that's caught inside the 30. And he's into the end zone for a Tampa Bay touchdown. A big play there. Saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game. And this offense is running away with this one. And he's got it up and through. So on 3rd and medium, they dial up the pass, and it works to hit the end zone.
And it's really not a surprise to me. That's a throwing down in the NFL because of how tough it is to run the football. But what offenses like to do is still show run formations to make them respect it and throw out of those. In this case, they took a nice shot at the end zone and made it pay off.
On 1st down, they'll start out with Singletary. And he'll wind up with about 6, up past the 30 to the 31.
He's brought down.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
Play action. Now it's Carr. And down he goes. A Buccaneer sack.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in 3rd and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
And this is going to be incomplete. So the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
It's a 45-yard punt, 6 yards on the return, and the Bucs will get ready to go on offense. The Buccaneers offense ready to rock and roll again. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just give him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. And nothing doing. He's immediately taken down at the line of scrimmage. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And it's intercepted. Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
Intercepted.
Their passing game has been spectacular this afternoon. Finally, a win for the defense.
You think maybe there was an adjustment there. Finally gained a measure of, I don't even know if you call it revenge, but got a play done against him, and that's been difficult for them all game long.
They'll run on 1st down with Singletary. And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. After the loss to start out, here's 2nd and 11. Now Carr. And he will find his man on the outside. That catch good for only a yard, and it'll be 3rd down.
Well, they were unable to make anything really big out of that, but it's not a bad idea to find your tight end and give him an easy completion and keep moving things forward. Almost his bread and butter. It's a good running back dive play.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
88. Incomplete.
Here's Michael Pilardi now as they're forced to kick for the 6th time today. His first punt, 48 yards. This one looks equally as good. He'll return it from the 6.
Receiving team.
So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. 1 quarter remains. In this NFC Wild Card matchup. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. Showed some strong running, but quickly corralled just beyond the 10-yard line.
11-yard line.
Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. That's out to the left, flat and complete. That one good for the completion percentage, but no gain. It'll be 3rd down. The Bucs on 3rd down. They've been good, 3 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 7. And that is incomplete.
The pass.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get winged.
Now a hit and a loose football, and it's picked up by the Buccaneers. And his guys are going to get the football at their own 47-yard line.
After review of the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
On 1st down, Carr. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he's got this down to the 35. It's a gain of 11 and a giant 1st down.
1st down, New York.
Now Carr. Looking for his running back, and he's got it. And he'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. That one unable to develop, never got going. A loss of a couple, and it's 2nd down.
37-yard line.
Working from the gun, it's Carr. Oh, the Buccaneer pressure too much. Down he goes.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after 1st and 2nd down. Went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. From the gun, Carr. Harris has it over the middle. And he'll get it down on the play to the 37. They get 13, but it's not nearly enough. And it'll be 4th down.
That's certainly playing down in distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
Zane Gonzalez on for the field goal. A 54-yard attempt.
And this one looks good. It is good. Right down the pipe. And they'll get back 3, but this remains a large deficit.
Giants 3.
Well, it's a Pyrrhic victory at best, but, Charles, no team wants to get shut out, so it's hard to blame them for taking the 3 there.
You can't blame them one bit. It hasn't been the best performance, that's for darn sure. But there is something to be said for fighting to avoid the goose egg, and they're at least trying to finish out strong.
At their own 26-yard line.
The Tampa offense ready to get their drive started.
And you'd have to say they have done what they set out to do in this wild card round. It won't get easier from here, of course, but they'll certainly have some momentum built up for when they hit the road in the divisional round next weekend.
A gain of 3, 2nd down.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming.
Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Xavier McKinney. And this one will be brought back to the 22.
By the Giants.
That throw, Charles, over the middle of the field, and a few too many bodies in there got picked.
That's a normal situation, too, isn't it? No matter how hard you try and spread the field sometimes, there's always going to be a traffic jam, it feels like, towards the middle. And if there's any type of a missed throw, or maybe the ball's tipped, or just too many bodies in the area, an interception can result.
We can't have that.
Well, your QB's been sacked 4 times in the game already, and they're the holding goal.
And you know darn well the offensive line coach is frustrated and upset that he's been hit that many times already. He doesn't really care that they hold now. Just don't let him get hit anymore.
Now this one to his running back out of the backfield. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 13 yards there, offset some of the penalty yardage as it's second down.
At the 15-yard line.
Looking to throw again on second down. Carr, that's complete right around the 8. And he will take it on in for a Giant touchdown.
Touchdown.
A 15-yard touchdown grab. And the Giants use the short field to their advantage as they cash in for 6.
The catch and the touchdown, they were the end result of a terrific route run by the receiver.
Gonzalez able to tack on the PAT, and that will cut this lead down to 25. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he'll take it up past the 25 to the 26-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 26-yard line.
The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And a few kneel downs should just about do it. Now, defensively, they do have all 3 timeouts, but very little reason to use them at this point. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. Solid way to start the drive. 13 yards, picking up the first. Another example of this offense really having their way, Charles, and another big chunk play there on the ground.
And when you look at the defense, they've got to do a much better job of wrapping up when they tackle. A lot of great opportunities continue to slip through their fingers, as do the runners.
And they'll take a knee as the clock runs under a minute to play.
Let's go, defense. Our time. It's our time. 58, right over there. Right over there. Yeah. Right, 58, right there. Hey, tight down. There you go.
And they will take a knee here. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game. Check. Got that done. Win a wild card game. Big check. Now you've got to go ahead and set your sights higher. There is a bigger prize out there, and they still have an opportunity.
So that's a wrap for Charles Davis. I'm Brandon.